Hello to everybody. Today we have a lot of vectors and we try to find out the components and relate that to unit vectors and Cartesian coordinate system, because that's what we're trying to do with the components, and that is what actually the question asking us to do. So I believe this actually a 2 was okay. Let me find it out. Oh yeah, it's a 2. Alright, so I'm gonna go and start. We have a vector A, let's call vector Ellison, vector B, which calls vector Barry, vector C, vector Charlie, vector D, vector Dota, and E, vector Evan, and F is vector, you can say vector Fox. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have them in the graphing situation, but I don't have any graphing paper to do so. So I'm going to put it in the whiteboard. So A has been going like 2 to the right, and then at the same time you're also going to have 1 on a y hat. Remember the Cartesian coordinate system is x hat, y hat, z hat, and we don't have a z hat over here anyway, but this is the thing that we want to have. So the expression is that we're going to get the coordinate system of these vectors with the components. So since we have 2x, it's going to be 2x hat plus 1 y hat. And remember, we don't have a z hat, so the z hat is not going to be included. So vector A is 2x hat and 1 y hat. B doesn't have any x hat. If you look at it, B just goes up. So if it goes up, it's going to only have a y hat according to our coordinate system, Cartesian coordinate system. So vector B or vector Barry is going to be 2 y hat. Vector Allison is 2x hat and 1 y hat. Now we go to vector Charlie. Vector Charlie is going towards our left, and then it's going to also have going up. So if it's going left, because it's going backwards, it's going to have negative 2x hat vector Charlie plus 2 y hats because it's going up. So vector Charlie is negative 2x hats plus 2 y hats. That's all we needed to. Now, after having these in our components, we're going to have vector Dora. Vector Dora is going right and then down. So it's going to be 3x hats because we have going 3 towards the right. So it's 3x hats and then 3 y hats down, negative 3 y hats, to give us vector Dora. So that's the components for vector Dora. Again, remember, none of these vectors have a z hat because one of the Cartesian coordinate system has to be 0, so we have no z hat on this. Vector Dora is going to be 3x hat minus 3y hat. Now we have vector Evan. Vector Evan is going to left and is also going down, so both components are going to be negative. Again, we have no z hat, so z hat is 0. Vector Evan is going to be negative 2x hat, negative 3y hat, because we go 2 left and then 3 down. That's how we're going to get the components for that. And then we have vector Fox, which vector Fox is like 1 towards the right and then 5 up. So it's 1x hat plus 5y hat. You get vector Fox. So you can get it from the graphing system, or sometimes they actually give you, for example, over here we have graphing, but sometimes you can also get it from magnitude, because you can get the magnitude and direction and say like, okay, if I have this kind of magnitude direction, then I can get the components from it. But over here, I'm just relying on my graphing system that I have, and I can get the coordinate system for these just like that. So hopefully you guys learned something new. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments.
من تو یعنی کار دنیا صد من تو